You got a little bonus this morning, didn't you? Keaton's having his breakfast today. Forgot his glasses. It's Friday.
Breakfast of Champions.
Breakfast of Champions. Hey, we're using a new sound source this morning, so we're hoping everybody can hear us just fine. It should be a little better. It should be a little better.
Better.
If the sound sounds good, if it's too loud, too quiet,
you can probably hear me crunching now.
you can probably hear Keaton eating his, what are you eating?
Granola.
Granola.
You want a piece?
Let's try a little piece. I think it's pretty good.
They're really good.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah?
That is pretty good.
It's like these little clusters of granola.
Yep.
Just straight oats and honey.
Oats and honey.
No extra crap in there like
That's
nuts
what we
and
used to feed horses.
raisins. I'm basically a horse.
Oh, you're a runner.
A racehorse,
right?
yep.
Yep, that's right.
Run me into the ground.
So I'm trying to share our show to my
Scott
the feed. Scott says good morning.
said good morning. Hi, Scott.
Yeah,
I
and
thought I can
Chris
click on
can.
that.
Yeah, you gotta click that little right there. See,
They
and
hear
then
me crunching.
Chris has become a regular viewer here, so and he can hear you crunching. So I guess it's working. I guess our sound is working. That's good. So we've got these little microphone boxes plugged in here that hopefully will give you a little better sound, so it won't be so ambient as it has been in the past.
Just so you can get the whole effect and know that I am eating real food. This is not
Yep.
like stage food or something.
So here we go. Now I'm getting it shared, so it's going to be shared on my news feed.
Not
You don't
a
ever do
prop.
that, do you?
Anyway, should I?
Yeah, you should.
I should. I used to do it, but then I kind of got lazy.
That's probably why your mom's not watching anymore.
She can't find it anymore.
All right, we're in the Resource Center studio right here in Jamestown, Rogersville, Missouri. Glad to be here. We appreciate the Resource Center helping us have this studio. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for their support, their regular monthly support. We could use your regular monthly support too if you like what we're doing here. Yeah, Scott, we're going high tech. Yeah, good stuff. We got some of these here. Did you see our multicam too?
We're going to put some tinfoil hats on here soon.
Yeah, we got some multicam, so big switcher stuff.
Multicam? We're going to wear multicam?
No, we have multicam. We have two cameras.
Multicam?
I don't know what that means.
You know, camo.
Oh, no.
Like the one that the military is using right
Is that
now.
what it's called, multicam? I didn't know that.
Yep. Well, now you know. Learn
Now I
something
know.
new every day.
And we also appreciate Sportsland pickup covers. They make some great pickup covers. I have them on my truck, and those swing cases are sweet.
Yep.
You don't have a swing case. You're jealous, aren't you? You don't even have a truck, and you want one. I know. I know. Let's look at Hebrews today, chapter 13, verses 5 and 6. It says, "Keep your life free from love of money, and be content with what you have. For he said, I will never leave you or forsake you." This is a huge problem. This is a big problem.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. It's been a big problem for me. Because I've always, I was always did good in school, went to college, got a law degree, I'm a lawyer, and just the temptation to just be focused on building businesses and being successful and earning money really, really, really can get you distracted and get you off track. It really can.
It's harder for a rich person to enter heaven than a camel through the eye of a needle.
Yeah, and there's a lot of debate about what that means. But it's interesting throughout the Bible, and I think that verse is a perfect example of it. Jesus says repeatedly, lays out a standard for entering heaven that is impossible. And just basically says,
I think that's hilarious. And really just levels the playing field.
Well, and that's the point, I think, because there's so many people that think, oh, I can do it. Even if they wouldn't say that out loud, there's somewhere kind of in the back of our minds, our heart of our hearts, where we think, I'm kind of good enough, or I can probably, I can probably make the cut. And Jesus just repeatedly, and that's one of the examples, says, no, you can't. No, you can't make it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I am the way, the truth, and life. I'm the only way into heaven. I'm the only way to get there. And that's it. But I think particularly in our culture, it's very, very easy for us to get distracted by chasing money, chasing success, finding our identity in that. And then when it doesn't work out for us, we're just crushed. Mm-hmm. I know that happens to me all the time. It's like, this didn't work out the way I thought it was going to, But Jesus says here, God says, this is the writer of Hebrews, and nobody really knows who wrote the book of Hebrews. It's one of the...
Jesus, for sure.
Yeah. I will never leave you or forsake you, and then it goes on to repeat that. So as you focus today, you go about your work, you go about your business, let's keep first things first right there.
Quiet.
Chris says he usually catches the replay because we go live during his quiet time. Okay.
We're not the quiet type people.
No. Yeah. Yeah, and we don't know when we're going to be live or not. It just whenever it happens. We aim for 7:45 and we hit the mark. You know, it's sort of a wide target. You know, that's the great thing about being streaming media is you don't have to pay attention to.
We should start starting at 7:45.
Just whatever's going on.
Yeah, whatever's going on.
Blank screen was like.
And we're like, we'll be a couple minutes.
We're taking notes right now. We're still getting the show together right now.
I was on the phone with a lady from Acorns.
Yeah.
An investing app.
Wait, they didn't pay for that endorsement, so.
Whatever. I'm not endorsing it or promoting it right now.
Because you were canceling your
Because
account.
I was canceling my account months ago, and then they still had it on there and was still taking money out.
But you had a good experience with customer service.
I had a good experience with the lady.
She
She was nice.
Yep.
She canceled my account because it wasn't, but it was.
Yeah, but she took care of it.
Them sneaky people.
So this actually, I mean, we've talked before, and I think people understand that our news media in this country is a little biased.
What?
Yeah, a little biased. But what happened yesterday actually blows my mind.
I don't know what happened.
Well, what happened yesterday was Rudy Giuliani and the rest of Trump's legal team did an hour and 40-minute news conference where they laid out in great detail all of the evidence of widespread, and they assert concerted Democratic voter fraud to steal the election for Joe Biden. And just evidence after evidence and affidavit after affidavit. Real stuff.
Not just, the dude over there,
No,
or whatever.
real stuff. Sworn affidavits, video, photo evidence, evidence after evidence of widespread concerted voter fraud. And, we found these missing ballots. Turns out, they were for Trump. And then, we found, but all these ballots these ballot dumps that happened, you've got hundreds of thousands of ballots with perfectly filled in circles, like a computer filled them in, and the entire ballot is printed, but the only vote is for Biden. I mean, none of these.
Nothing else.
Nothing else even voted on. Not for either party. So they're Biden-only ballots. Hundreds of thousands of them all get turned in at the same time. I mean, and here's what's fascinating. And ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News did not report on it at all. It's a media blackout of the story. Yeah, Scott, I think it's going to court. I mean, it's in court already, but the fact that the news media will not tell the American people about this, it's from the president, it's from it affects our presidential elections, and they won't even talk about it. The media suppression of this story is shocking to me. And I mean, I have my bias. I guess it's bias. I think I'm biased towards the truth. But I don't get too exercised because I expect liberals to act like liberals. I expect communists to act like communists. I expect socialists to act like socialists. I expect non-Christians to act like non-Christians.
And conservatives to act like conservatives.
Yes.
And Christians to act like Christians. Yeah.
I do. But this is just beyond the pale. To just refuse to report on something of this magnitude and not even give the people a chance to weigh it for themselves is wholly unacceptable. Wholly unacceptable. So I don't know how this is all going to play out, but you look at the vice grip that the media is putting on the national discourse and refusing to allow certain topics to be discussed is of great concern. Scott says he thinks it's going to get overturned. We'll continue to have Trump as president. That's what I'm praying for. I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that happen because I'd love to. Part of the reason is I'd love to see the heads literally explode. I mean, it would happen. I mean, there are people just absolute. There was some great meltdowns in 2016. This will be epic if that happens. So I think
right now everybody's saying that Joe Biden is going to be the president.
Well, no, Joe Biden is saying Joe Biden will be the president, and the media is saying Joe Biden will be the president, and they're suppressing all of the evidence to the contrary, and that's of great concern, and that's what I'm talking about today. Speaking of scrapped, There's a-
since
You're not done?
when?
You're not done?
Yeah. Since
Okay.
when do we hold the presidential office in such low regard?
What do you mean by that?
Like, we don't put any stock in it, we just dismiss anything that comes out of it.
Oh, yeah. No.
Isn't that
agree. Yeah, we
insane?
just ignore the office of the president. Yeah, and what he says. They won't broadcast his press conference. Yeah, I don't know. It's since we've decided that we don't want him to be president, I guess. So anyway, I found this in the news today. I thought it was interesting. Puerto Rico's iconic Arecibo Observatory radio telescope is going to be demolished.
Why?
Now you may be like, I don't know. So it was damaged in a tropical storm.
This most recent one?
A recent one. Yes.
Oh, about a year and a half or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Couple cables snapped in recent months.
Maybe more
Severe
than
structural damage. So here's where you recognize this telescope from.
I like Puerto Rico.
Goldeneye. You remember the movie Goldeneye?
The James Bond?
James Bond movie.
Uh-huh.
The end of that movie, they're on this telescope and the whole thing happens there. It was that telescope, and they're having to demolish it now.
Just because too much damage?
Too much damage to it. So they're demolishing that telescope, but it's famous, and it was like this huge telescope. If you haven't seen it, but you can go watch Goldeneye and you can see that telescope. But it's going to be demolished.
We were there just a month or two before that whole storm.
Where were you now?
It was really weird because the country's so small. We stayed on one end, but then one day we traveled to the other.
Yeah.
So you can just drive across. And it was weird because I was like, I was on that whole freaking country, and then now it's, there's no power. It's completely, rampant with destruction.
So I have a list of the 200 most common passwords of the year. The most common password. You have a guess?
1, 2, 3, or password.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takes less than a second to crack it. The second most password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There we go. We're going all the way to 9.
Yep. Third password, if this is your password, you need to change it.
Yeah.
You're going to need to change it. Hey, Scott's been commenting. Sorry I didn't get your comments up there. Yeah, not big into politics. Hope it's true. Agree. And it is a great movie. It is a good movie, GoldenEye. Third most popular password, picture 1.
Picture?
Picture. Picture, and the number 1.
I've never heard that.
Now that actually takes 3 hours to crack. And number 4, your guess,
Password.
Password. Huh. Number 5 most popular password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 6, 111
Just take the 9
111. 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 8, which used to be the number 1 password. Now it's number 8 password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is a weird one. I don't know where this came from. Number 10, I've skipped one here.
QWERTY.
S-E-N-H-A. Senha.
S-C.
I don't know. QWERTY is number 12. Million and the number 2 is 14. I love you is at 17. Number 18, this is interesting. Aaron 431.
Aaron?
A-A-R-O-N 431 is the number 18 most popular password. It's new on the list this year. QQWW112. OMG Pop is a new one. It takes 2 minutes.
QQWW112.
Yeah, and the whole first row, QWERTY UIOP.
QWERTY,
Yep.
UOP.
Yep.
UIOP.
ASD FGKJKL.
I want to see someone
Number
at their computer go just right across the line.
Number 31, down from 26, Ashley.
Ashley.
33, new password on the list this year, unknown. UNKNOWN, unknown. Princess is on the list. Evite is on the list. Sunshine, Dragon, Pokemon, Job and Talent, Bang Bang 123. Now, Job and Talent.
These are old people.
If your password is Job and Talent, it takes 3 years to crack that. So that's not a bad one.
There we go.
Except that, we're going to try all 200 of these.
That's odd, though, because it doesn't have any numbers or capital.
Yeah, you would think, yeah. MySpace 1. That's in somebody's old password. But it's, it says it's a new password on the list this year. So
Nobody would think about it. I wouldn't.
Yeah. 88 cannot be repeated on air. But yeah, let's see.
None of those are my passwords.
None of those are your passwords?
No.
All right.
I do have a password for like everything, but it is, it has a capital and it has a number and all that kind of stuff, so it's harder.
I'll tell you what I do. I have a core password.
I know.
That
Brent
is,
does too.
Yeah. and then you alter it depending on the website with some mnemonic. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know. I think he learned that from me, but he'll probably say I learned it from him. We'll debate that over Thanksgiving.
I have different passwords for my company stuff, though, like kind of long and more complicated ones.
Yep.
Not like anybody's trying to get into it, but I just kind of was like, I shouldn't use my personal stuff on there.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, computer security is an interesting thing, and sometimes I think you have to consider, does it matter, does it never matter. I remember at our church a long time ago, the Wi-Fi, I mean, it was locked down tight. I mean, the security was just insane at our church, and I finally looked at our guy and said, are we afraid somebody's going to hack in and steal the sermon notes? I mean, what are we afraid of here? You know, there's no reason to have that type of, we didn't have any financial data on there. It was just the routine network. I'm like, if somebody wants to steal sermon notes, I mean, let them.
Let them reach the lost.
I'm not too exercised about that. That's okay. Hey, last story I have for you today is you can now 3D print a house in a day. I saw that come out today. So the future of
the lines, and then they fill the
I don't know how
walls,
it works. I actually didn't get time to read the story, but I just saw the headline and thought it was worth talking about. You can 3D print almost anything. I'm assuming it has to be plastic because you can't 3D print wood. I guess you can 3D print metal.
Yeah, there's different substances that they can do now.
Well, I know they can 3D print like tissue because they're talking about I talked about this a couple months ago. 3D printing chicken nuggets, like they 3D print chicken, and then like for restaurants, like you may go to McDonald's and it's a 3D printed chicken nugget. You gonna eat that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to taste it.
I don't know.
But now we're getting towards like sci-fi stuff where we can just be like, I want a steak, boop, and it's
Yep.
Which would be incredible.
Yep.
I would love that.
Matter energy converters is what all that technology is based on, and it's theoretically possible. We just haven't quite cracked the threshold yet.
I like how we're like, let's go for a chicken nugget.
Let's do a chicken nugget. But they are 3D printing, I understand, organs. So like, you know, if you need a kidney, they can make you a kidney. What they're working on. I'm not kidding. I've seen that. I think. I don't think I dreamed that. I think it was real.
Saw this mouse with an ear on the side of it.
Yes.
They were regrowing an ear.
Yes.
They did it on a mouse.
Yes.
Poor little guy.
So.
A mouse with just a human ear on the side of it.
Yeah, and then they cut the ear off and sew it on somebody's head.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll be back Monday with dollars and cents. I had a Simple Trust appointment that was available this Saturday, but it's gone. Somebody took it. So.
Do you call it dollars and SENSE? Cents?
No, it's I can't remember, but we use the dollar sign. I mean, it is the cents
but it's
like that,
cents.
but it's the dollar sign, dollars and cents.
I was gonna say that'd be great branding.
But that's Bruce's show. He'll be back on Monday. He's been out for a couple of weeks, so we'll be glad to have him back and doing that. And
on vacation.
Go to simple.willworsham.com and get your Simple Trust. These appointments are going fast because it is a revolutionary way to do your estate plan, and you should have it. Thanks, Scott. You've been our biggest contributor today.
Where's Diane?
I don't know where Diane is today. She's not. Diane and your mom, not watching.
Top fans have fallen.
Fans. Yep.
They've been dethroned.
Getting knocked off. All right, we'll be back next week with more. Be sure to watch Tuesday night for the K-ROG Thanksgiving special. Are you coming to that?
I don't know if I work or not.
Okay, you don't know. Well, I'm going to be there with my turkey. I'm going to smoke a turkey. Lots of people coming. It'll be a good time.
With dynamite, you're going to smoke it?
No.
No?
In the pit barrel cooker.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm actually going to buy it today and brine it Sunday and cook it on Tuesday. So that's a brine for 24, 48 hours.
Gotcha.
Good stuff. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.